All right, good morning, everybody. This is October 30. I went out for a drive for my Sunday hike, about 45-minute drive. And when I got up here, they had the road. I was probably with about a mile of the hike, and there was the road was blocked and says no through traffic. So when you get up, coming up out of kind of approaching Truckee, I guess, California, you're getting into higher elevations and they just start closing up stuff for the winter, whether there's snow on the ground or not. So I guess it's kind of like at the end of October. Anyway, moving on. It is, elevation here is 5,635 feet. Almost 9 o'clock, and what I did is I just kind of took some other dirt roads and went off and kind of followed some directions to a lake. So never been here before and thought I'd give it a try and see what we got going on. Thought I'd try something else, see where it goes. So it's probably going to be a lot less walking, but I'm hoping we'll still have some really nice views of the lake. This is a Silver Tip day use area. I guess you can put boats in, picnic area. It's a PG&E thing. It's a fairly small access. There's a couple of cars in the lot, and a bathroom, pit toilets. There's a little boat ramp right here, and there's picnic tables around down there I can see. So as it says here, that it's closed for the season, no camping, I guess, and no picnic. So it's called Lake Valley Reservoir. Day use parking, $5. But then I went over to try to pay, and the little thing that you put money in is all wrapped up. So I guess today I hit the jackpot and don't need to pay. And we have this here. This is picnic area. So I'm just going to follow that down here and see what we find. Okay, it came down here to the lake. Looks like there's a kind of a dam here, maybe. Beautiful lake. Beautiful, beautiful. It's like it'd be an awesome like kayak laking. I have a couple of guys down here that are fishing, and one of them just caught a fish. So, not quite sure what I want to do. I was thinking about walking down here and going across and just seeing from that angle and walking down that. Or I could walk down this way, which seems to go further. Not quite sure yet, we'll see. So I just decided to kind of come up the lake instead of walking up on the dam, kind of work my way up the lake, and look like there might be a trail up here, so I'm going to check it out in the forest. It's pretty though. It's so calm and quiet out here. See lots of campfire pit. It did say back there no fires, no campfires, no wood fires. You can use propane for camp stove. That's about it. And like I said, this is a day use area, so it's still open, but the campground, there was a fork in the road a while ago. When I turned left, I could have turned right and went to a campground, but that said it was closed. It is only 51 degrees, about 9 o'clock, a little after 9. So it's not that cold. Anyways, looks like I did find something that sort of resembles a hike. It's a little easier to hike on this flat ground than on that rock down there by the lake. So I think I'm going to stay up here as long as I can and kind of work my way along. Okay, it was getting kind of rough going along that lake. How you can see it, it's out there. Anyway, you kind of go a lot of rock, and then you find little paths along up in the forest a little bit, but there's not consistent. And I saw what looked like flat up here, and sure enough, I found a road. I made myself a little marker for where I came up from the lake, and that direction is the way I'm parked. So I'm gonna walk along here because I think it's way easier. When I was down by the lake, though, I heard some definite rustle in the trees, and the trail that I was supposed to do today was actually an ATV trail, and I'd read that several people hike it as well, but I assumed that I would be doing that trail and that there would be a few people, and I felt like it'd be fairly safe, so I didn't bring my bear spray. And now I'm wishing I would have. I haven't seen any evidence of them, but I could definitely think that there would be some around. There's been a couple of trails going off of it like this. We got a little something. There's been a couple spots now like this that you could actually pull off and park, and they have a nice access down to the water, like fairly flat. But again, I keep looking over my back shoulder just in case once in a while, make sure nothing's following me. And I'm not an expert on tire tracks or anything like that, but it seems like a lot of these tire tracks are fairly recent. I just came along to this. No camping, no fires, no off-road vehicles. So there's a lot of vehicles that have been down through here. I'm trying to decide how much further I want to go. I'm hoping for maybe a payoff somewhere where there's a clear out where I can see the lake from the trail. I'd say this would be a great mountain biking trail. Could cover it a lot faster, and it's nice and clear. All right, I went about 3 miles in from the truck, and I don't know how far this trail goes, and it seems like it's getting further away from the lake now. So I thought this would probably be a good time to turn around. It may circle around and come back to the lake. I'm sure it does, but I just don't know where I'm going and what trail this is. So it's a little bit of a adventure as well. Kind of fun. Just really keeping my eyes out for wildlife. Elevation is almost 5,700. I think that's higher than what the car was. Probably about 10 minutes ago, there was actually a truck that came through. So somebody's using this road, and that's why the tracks look fairly fresh to me. I have no idea where they're coming or where they're going. And actually, as I came back to the lake where I could see it, where I was at was leaving the lake. I think I'd passed the end of it and the road just keeps going somewhere else. I don't know. It'll be interesting to know where that truck was going, because he was going in, not out. So, I don't know, maybe next year bring a mountain bike or something and come in the same way when it appears that the area is kind of closed, because I haven't seen anybody except those two fishermen, anglers at the lake when I first started. There was 2 cars parked there, and then there was a little motorhome parked there that I think somebody camped there. I guess nobody monitored them because it says no camping, but they were definitely sleeping there. And that's all I've seen. And now this guy. All right. There was another truck that came in just now, going in again the same direction the other guy was going. So that'd be interesting to walk out to see where people are coming in at, because I would have liked to be able to drive in. I like to hike, but I'd be I want to know where it goes. Where are these people going? And this is the spot that I saw that looked like a good spot to go down to the lake, and it surely is. It's actually got a trail going down. I didn't even know that. So this is fairly not such a steep incline to get into here. Beautiful through here. All right, found my marker, one of them. I did two. I think that was the first one I did. Maybe I missed the other one. But I'm actually going to go further down. As long as it stays close to the lake, I'll just stay on the road and then cut down if I find a better spot to do that. So I don't really want to go down there and cut through the forest or walk along the lake on all that rock. This is much easier. Alright, I'm not sure this is the best of ideas, but I felt like the road is getting further away from the lake now. Never know, it could circle right back. But it feels steadily getting away. So I decided to start heading down cross country. Doesn't seem too bad yet. This seems like a good idea. Actually, like there's a lot of trees that have fallen actually, but there's kind of a walkway, kind of go up and over trees and stuff, but pretty flat and clear. So it turns out that was a pretty decent decision. Something like this actually looks like it is a trail. Awesome. Going right up to where my truck is. Same two cars are here, probably those guys that were fishing. We're back to the truck. And according to my Garmin, right at about 5 miles, 5.2. I'm still wondering how accurate my Garmin is. I recalibrated it to my steps instead of off of the satellites. The satellites are really shorting me and weren't accurate at all, and I felt like it was really shorting me compared to what Alltrails were saying what the distance was supposed to be. And Leona, when she was going with me, had a Fitbit, and her Fitbit was calling it in more accurate than my Garmin. So now that I've changed it to the steps, manual kind of situation instead of satellite, it seems to be giving me more distance, giving me more credit than I actually did. So I don't know, it felt like it wasn't 5 miles, but I did it in about an hour and a half with some stopping and going along rocks in the beginning, so it still might not be accurate, I'm not sure. Anyway, encouraging you guys to spend time in nature when you get to the trail that you're trying to get to, the trail that you're supposed to get to, and they have it blocked off. Maybe you can go find something else to do. This is really cool. I'm so glad I found this lake. Anyway, spend time in nature. We'll see you guys on the next hike or adventure, whatever it turns out to be. Okay, so I followed the road as I'm coming out. I went to the right to go to the lake, but there is a road to the left, and guess what? That's the road I was walking on. So I may come out here again someday, knowing this and drive that and see where it goes. Be interesting to find out.